Hello, everybody. Me, Mutahar, coming back at you live with a podcast once again. And I know, the last one was something around 4 fucking months ago, maybe 6. But you know what? I like to upload things, and we like to have our own little thing. We're adults, okay? Things happen in life where we can't continue certain things. But this time, I promise you, we will make this every 2 weeks, not per week. Let's start off slow. Maybe one day it might be daily. Who knows? I might dark side fill the entire podcast out. We'll do it. But ladies and gentlemen, I got 3 of my other closest friends. Adrian Novicals.
There we go.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
That's how I like to start. That's how we start.
Yes. Kyle Jackson and Jordan Helena. And we are ready to start this off.
Gotta change.
Got a little bit of that. Got a little bit of that pee change, but anyways, we're all for that. God damn.
Respect it.
Now, speaking of life changes and adult stuff,
You know what today's topic is, ladies and gentlemen?
Segways!
Addiction.
Sorry, carry on.
Today we have a serious topic: addiction. And addiction is a thing that can consume a lot of people. I myself am addicted to a lot of things, all right? Idle games being one of them. Clicker games being another. Pussy.
This is the same thing. But
all about that dick game, you know what I mean? But ladies and gentlemen, addiction's a serious problem. People are addicted to a lot of things. And according to, what was it, guys? What was the medical, Kyle's here, general surgeon of the party. What is the, what is the call out for how addicted you have to be to video games?
so apparently they are calling video games as addictive as crack cocaine.
Put the link down on Discord. I got to see it. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, if you have any friends that are smoking crack, every time you play Fortnite, I'm sorry, Jesus is looking at you the same way. You're going to hell. Just saying.
You're just adding to that addiction. You just add into the fire. You just gotta lead, man. You gotta go to a AAA meeting of the gaming. Especially since you're playing Fortnite. I mean, come on.
All right. Okay. So, this is actually a legitimate thing, and this is not just us, sort of discovering how hot this topic really is. It's actually a hot topic because people who don't play video games, I have an aunt who just bought her children a PlayStation 4. All they actually play on that PlayStation 4 is Minecraft or Fortnite specifically. And the topic of gaming addiction did come up a few times in the past. Nothing super intensive, but it was the World Health Organization and the United States. What was it? It was a U.S. agency that also did the same thing, if I'm not mistaken, that classified playing something around 20 hours of video games was a danger, something addictive, something that you shouldn't really aim to do. And to me, 20 hours is a weird call out because 20 hours for me is you spend half that time working a job, right? So
that's about 3 days.
That's 3 days.
For me, that's about 3 days of playing games. In 3 days, I can play about 24 hours. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, I mean, for me, gaming actually is one of those things where I do it as a sort of thing to also record for this channel. But for me, I do gaming. I don't watch movies or watch TV or anything. My leisurely activity, once I'm done working out or coming home or with friends, is video gaming. So for me, that 20 hours is, I'll do more of that per week, but that's just because my leisurely activity is nothing else really but playing video games or reading occasionally. So I don't know about much else for this group of people, but for me, that's what my hours are. So we'll just get those out of the picture for everyone.
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, I have college most of the morning. I have maybe 2 hours free later than that, and then I have the nights for me. So yeah, whatever I do is just maybe watch a movie or play games most of the time because that's pretty much what I have to do. Or I draw, get comedians coming up. But I don't spend at least 4 hours in a game a day. That is not something I do anymore.
Yeah, that's a little too excessive for especially an adult. Jordan, what about you? You include everything, clicker games as well.
Addictions?
You don't have to list everything else. Your video game addict.
Oh, well, yeah, I know. That's what
He's already talking about addictions.
Well, let's see.
One addiction
I had a bottle of vodka for breakfast.
He just slaps his desk. Oh boy, I got so many addictions.
Slaps my cabinet of empty wine or alcohol bottles.
Roof of Jordan.
Well, let me tell you a story. They can hold so many empty bottles. No, I guess one of the major ones that I've ever experienced was the idea of what you mentioned earlier, like idle games and clicker games. It's like I know recently I haven't. I've still been playing like games. We've been playing, things like Warframe
Divinity and all that stuff. Yeah.
Get through that
Yep.
stuff. Yeah. But like I could sit down and play that games for hours. But like in the background, I feel like I almost always have something like that playing, just because the idea of things going up, progress being made, albeit slight one, is really, I don't know.
It's like a primal instinct. I mean, let's be honest. If you're playing a fucking game like Divinity 2 where your party members take 30 fucking minutes to do a fucking action, clicker games are pretty useful.
That's not me, though.
That's fucking exactly who you are,
not for the reason
you piece of fuck.
I just explained. That's just because I think more about my actions.
Oh, yeah, you
I
fucking think
much about
what do
winning.
What do you have to...
What I remember is the 3-day long civil war that we had.
Oh, my God, yeah, fuck. Oh,
that
Jesus.
wasn't
Well, that lasted
exactly...
forever because of happenstance.
That didn't happen. That's because you walked into a town and pissed off every fucking person, and then you blamed it on Imaru.
Everybody, do you guys not even remember what happened?
No, all I remember is the town died.
I will defend Jordan on this one because I know how the events of that fold out.
Oh, whatever, dude. Anyways, this isn't about Divinity 2's clusterfuck. I'll tell you all about that story fucking later. We do, but you know what? After a 3-day fucking civil war, sorry if I need a couple cigarettes to fucking relax what happened. Anyways, back to addiction. So, yeah, for me, addictions are sort of a touchy subject. I know a couple people in my life who are personally addicted to alcohol or something like that, right? Nothing like massive, I don't have any friends who are unfortunately like heroin addicts, right? That's a really serious addiction for you to go into.
Yep.
But, I have a couple people who are addicted more so to alcohol. They drink more in excess than what they should have, and then they complain about it later. Same thing with, other things in life, right? I know somebody who is addicted to, like, television, right? A lot of people are addicted to TV. I know people like that just sit in front of their television and just watch for, like, 5 hours a fucking day. So I get addictions. But for me, an addiction is not, like, I think an addiction should only really be malicious when it starts affecting your personal life.
And I'm going to be honest here. I think, in my personal opinion, an addiction to the TV, in my personal opinion, is worse than an addiction to video games.
Oh, yeah.
With video games, your mind is actually stimulated and you're thinking about something. With the TV, you're
well, it's like you're conscious and
you're
like
sedentary.
Yeah,
you're
like
not doing anything.
Like if you like, for example, like I've been playing Kingdom Hearts recently. For me, like I've been putting hours into that game, like fucking straight up, like a madman. But the thing is like I'm at least conscious of what the fuck is going on. Versus like if I'm watching like a TV show, you enter that point where you're so fucking lazy. And
you kind of zone out.
Exactly. Like if you sat me in front of a TV and me and Amaru were watching fucking Narcos the whole day, by episode fucking 4, I'd be like just gone. I'd be like, what happened?
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like,
exactly. You can keep the thread for so long.
Yeah, like
the thing is that maybe different from like a TV addiction is that TV addiction, it just keeps going. You can't stop it, but then your brain with the addiction is going to tell you, okay, you're going to keep watching because you're going to miss something. Yep. When it comes with the game, you can shut it down. You can stop it and continue later. You can save it. You can stop it and continue later. It's not an endless stream of it.
You can save state your ass, or you play a game like fucking Dark Souls or fucking anything.
And here's the thing: like back in the day, this might have been a much bigger issue because back in the day they had a deliberate save system where saves were, maybe spaced out 30 minutes to an hour, maybe longer.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
But nowadays you have no excuse.
It auto saves every 2 minutes.
It saves every 2 minutes or something like that.
It was
so
different
you
back
have
then.
The ability to stop.
It was different back then. I remember having my friend told me this. He had a Sega Genesis cartridge of like a Smurf game, I think.
Yep.
And it's like a 91 game or something. As soon as you hit the 2 hours, the internal clock, I don't know how that works, but the internal clock within the cartridge, you straight up displays a message saying you'll be playing for 2 hours. Maybe take a break. Remember, Metal Gear Solid 4.
Yeah, Metal Gear Solid 4.
We did the same. A lot of games encourage you to like take breaks from now.
Well, the entire Nintendo screen for the Wii straight up said, "Hey, if you play for a little while, take a break, walk outside, stretch, and then come back."
Yeah.
Most
Well,
of the
that's
games
very
away from
important to
PS3,
take
they sell
breaks
you.
from a game, right? And I think most games nowadays are designed in that way, where yeah, you can step away for a little bit or do something like that. But I think the addiction argument that people make is more centered toward, because everyone wants to put fucking children into everything, right? That's the biggest problem with
Yes.
everyone always likes to involve fucking children into every single problem. Like, oh, think of the goddamn children. Okay, first of all, all right. I get kids are pretty much the primary audience of something like Fortnite or whatever, or like most of these BR games that are really popular. They watch somebody on the internet, and that's what happens, right? They just start playing because of it, right? That's how these things spread, and I get it, and that's how this that's what they're targeting. But I think for like even children nowadays, I mean, it's sort of like us back in the day too. We still had video games, you know. We still had the same kind of video games almost that these children had too, right? It's just a matter of how much you can like. It comes down to being a fucking parent if you're parenting your kid about this addiction, right? Like put a time limit on it, right? My parents always
Yeah,
said,
exactly. The same care that you could take to like maybe watching that your kid plays 5 hour game is the same care that you should have to like check in if the game is like
well, yeah,
even able for him to play. Like if you buy a GTA 5 and then complain about the addiction, you're shitty either way because you're buying GTA 5 to a 5-year-old kid.
Exactly. You know, back when I was teaching karate, there was a parent who came in. The older child was in karate, but they also had a little 3-year-old. And one day I wasn't teaching class, and I was actually out in the lobby while the brother was in class, and I looked down. This little 3-year-old has GTA on his fucking iPad, just playing away, and I'm like, really?
yeah.
A 3-year-old? Are you serious right
Yeah,
now?
we're kind of deviating off of the fucking addiction. Now we're getting into kids, but the point that I wanted to keep was that like kids get mentioned into the whole addiction shit. For me, an addiction is really a problem. Where like you know, if it starts affecting your personal life, right? Like for me, I play video games, sure, quite liberally, I'll say, right? But that's because you know I'm a fucking adult, okay? I can do what I do with my time. I don't have to have my parents tell me what the fuck I should do or shouldn't do. The reality is, as an adult, you know, I realize I have work, I have a mortgage to pay, I have bills to fucking pay, I have shit to get done in the day that I need to get done, right? Important stuff. I have to take care of myself. As long as you aren't missing out on that, I think the argument of this addiction crap that people like to talk, like when you put such a broad term like 20 hours tossed into a game, you're forgetting the fact that there's a bunch of people out there who don't fit into that category. Yeah, they might play that certain specific amount, but they're also able to get their shit done. It's the same thing with people who are like alcoholics as well. For me, an alcoholic is like somebody who deliberately hurts their personal relationships because of a drink, right? For me, an alcoholic isn't somebody who likes to drink a lot. Dude, you could drink every fucking night if you wanted to. I wouldn't give a shit. As long as you're not throwing away work, as long as you're not fucking beating somebody.
It above your life.
Yeah, exactly.
That,
right?
Like pedestal of it.
Like motherfucker, I love me some Jack Daniels. I'll drink me some Jack Daniels. Doesn't mean I'm gonna fucking put my friends, family, and start beating people over Jack Daniels. It doesn't happen. You know, for some people it's different or not different. Yeah, there are some things that are deliberately bad. Like if you start doing crack cocaine, but you're like, I got my life in control. No, you don't. No. Let's not go that route. But like video games is the same thing as like people who are fucking addicted to sports too. Like there's people who are addicted to working out. There was a period where in working out I was genuinely addicted to it. I would stop just to work out because you develop an addiction when you keep doing something and it provides you a good release, right? Like for me,
I have two of these actually. A couple of nights ago, I got together with a couple of friends. We wanted to go to a bar, have some drinks, and everything was closed. We ended up going to the bar inside the casino. I never go to the casinos. We only go to drink, which is weird because we don't actually go betting anything. But this time we decided to like put, I don't know, maybe $5 into the roulette or shit like that. And right next to me was this guy who was playing the slots. And when I took a glimpse of the credit line, the guy had put like 3,500 pesos, which is like, I don't know, maybe $1,000 maybe.
Jesus fucking, oh
and
my
it's
God.
Like, I got to think of this, like, how insane can you be to put that much? I mean, I don't want to put any labels on the guy, but the guy didn't look like he owned that much money. I feel like the guy just earned it and just straight up from the bank went to the casino, and that says a lot about it.
Okay, so in Argentina,
there are some addictions that are genuinely worse.
That's crazy. Yeah,
there's genuinely worse than what you would. I mean, there's some addictions that are worse or whatever. But far as gaming goes, I think the idea of them putting fucking labels like this, I guess, vague on something is just a little offensive to me. And the idea that like everyone, like, I feel like another thing is just a way to pin shit off on other people. It's like parenting, man. Like, the whole every article that I read about this is primarily aimed towards parents and their children. And when it comes to addiction, look, addiction affects everybody. Okay, kids, adults, whatever you can talk about. I've said my piece about addiction. There's nothing more that needs to be said past that. But if you're gonna toss fucking kids into the crossfire, that's just kind of low in my opinion. I mean,
it's a shield. It's a shield. I just put it out for the fact.
You know, the fucking argument, okay, is far more intensive than that. You know that as far like kids playing an hour or two, maybe 3 hours on the night, that might be a little excessive, you know. But if they're playing like a fucking 3-hour raid or whatever on Destiny 2 with their friends or some shit, that's the kid ain't gonna be as long as they're doing their schooling just fine and they're, you know, going outside to at least interact with human beings in the real fucking world. I think it's fine. I don't think you should attack children for it whatsoever. And I think people should stop using the children as a goddamn shield for not being decent parents in the first place, right? I mean, if you want to be a fucking parent, be a fucking parent, okay? Maybe play the video game with your kid. Maybe actually take your kid somewhere, right? I don't know. I'm not a parent or anything, but I'm just giving you what my thoughts are in that situation. And
I have another example for it. I think it was back 2015. I was still working at the hotel. I used to work in a hotel in my hometown. I left everything behind to follow a dream. Now I'm poor. But I remember 2015, I bought GTA 5 for PC. It was brand new. She barely came out on PC. My guys here know how many hours I have in that fucking game.
Oh, thousands.
I clock about 1,200 hours on the dot. But the thing is, that was not a stream of gameplay. I didn't play GTA 5 for like 6 hours a day. I usually go to work.
Well, yeah, there were times like on a long
weekend. Up until 8 a.m. Exactly. I maybe just an hour before sleep, I just used to drive around because it relaxes me. Just a little bit, maybe 30 minutes a day playing or something.
Yeah, you played it like a VR driving simulator, I guess. I mean,
eventually you just clocked in.
I guess to us it's a sensitive topic because they mention hours so specifically. Like me, if you look at my hours in Rainbow Six Siege, you probably say, wow, I'm just fucking addicted. If you looked at my hours in Counter-Strike, all of them combined, you'd probably say, wow, this dude has never fucking seen sunlight. But guess what, you know? It's not, I don't know, it's a weird argument that people like to pull out. I think an addiction is only negative once it starts affecting your personal relationships to the point. And when you start like not giving a shit about reality. Is my fucking cutoff, right?
When you start wanting to replace the world we live in with the world you're playing in, then you have an issue.
Yeah.
I wanted to segue this off of Amaru's first story about like from what I've been looking at, a lot of doctors that believe in gaming addiction or whatever, a lot of people who agree to that thing equate it to the rush of gambling addiction. Like that, the dopamine that you get from like being in a fantasy world and like the things like you mentioned battle royale, but like that the winning in a battle royale, that rush of dopamine that you get.
And it exists. I mean, remember, Kyle, when me and you played, like, just recently we did PUBG. We fucking won our first match. That's some endorphin rushing shit, dude. When you're fucking fighting off 10 when you're fighting off 10 people in a house, yeah, it's a big deal.
One thing I will say, and this is a off vein of gaming addiction, is the addiction of unboxing stuff.
What?
I believe
card pack unboxing.
That does have a place in the
Kyle,
whole
that's literally gambling. I'm sorry, that's not gaming. It's just gambling.
There are places in the world who have made court rulings that it is not considered gambling.
Well, yeah, but I mean,
here's the thing:
it's shitty gambling. You're not getting anything out of it. You're not.
I thought that it was already agreed that it was gambling.
It is.
There are sports who don't agree on it, but the majority was that it is.
There are some places that have said that it is not. I don't believe the U.S. has made an official decision yet. But
of course they wouldn't.
I do believe that like games that have loot boxes and stuff like that, like Counter-Strike, Destiny, stuff like that, I do believe those types of mechanics inside of games drive gaming addiction.
To a point, I guess, yeah.
I think I still argue it's a different type of addiction. I think it's just gambling.
It's a different type of addiction. I'm just saying that
Kyle, it's like saying fucking.
It's a proponent of causing that addiction.
I don't think that has anything to do with hours of gaming, though. Like, there's no way fucking unboxing loot boxes is going to give you, like, yeah, maybe opening up the application and unboxing it, sure, but I think that's a whole different type of addiction. I think gaming addiction comes down to, like, fucking, like Jordan said, getting that endorphin of rushes from fucking winning a battle royale or beating a fucking super hard boss on, like, a raid or whatever.
Chemical reactions.
But that's doesn't I don't actually know how Fortnite works, but I know for sure that's how PUBG works. But like they had loot. They had like loot box-esque things, didn't they?
Yes, and for Fortnite, I want to say
I don't think they don't have. They have like battle passes and shit. Like you got to do challenges.
Oh, battle
to get
passes.
Stuff.
Yeah, that's what
We're old people. We don't play Fortnite. We play Minesweeper. We play Minesweeper.
I don't understand.
We don't play.
I won a game of Minesweeper the other day. It was pretty fantastic.
We don't play Fortnite. AKA
I played
the
Solitaire
specs of the
in
graphics
Avalon.
crashed my computer, so I couldn't get a screenshot. Sorry.
I can't play Fortnite too. I don't do Minecraft. What the I fucked that up. Anyways, fuck it. So yeah, gaming addiction, dude. Fuck gaming addiction. But you know what I want to talk about even more than gaming addiction, guys, is YouTube, man. Oh, dude. You know, I don't make videos on the YouTube community enough, but I'm friends enough with the commentating community, like a few people in there, that I get sort of stuff out of the grapevine about this situation, and I sort of learn about it as time goes on. Now, it's been a while since I've seen a good old Keemstar video kick in, but have you guys heard about the convention stuff lately, like the YouTuber conventions? You know that Tana Mongoose at Monjo convention. Remember that?
Wasn't that?
Yep.
Felt like
Mongo,
forever ago.
yeah.
Was that recent?
That was TanaCon was, I think it was last month if I'm not mistaken. TanaCon was.
I'm thinking of the one with. I was thinking of the one with iDubbbz. I'm sure she made more after that. Carry on.
So the TanaCon thing, which was June, right, of this year, was a convention that was held at Marriott Suites. All right, it was literally just like across the street from fucking VidCon, right? And this is one where Tana Monjo, I keep fucking up, whatever. Tana, okay, we'll call her Tana the TanaCon, I guess. Tana TanaCon, that's her name. She decided to fucking create this convention, and it was where you can get free meet and greets, and it was like a giant meet and greet, right?
Yep.
It was so poorly planned that Shane Dawson, great guy by the way, made a fucking documentary series. We're talking like an HBO fucking documentary, like a Vice documentary, motherfucker, about the situation and how terrible it fucking was. Like, we're talking a 3-parter series, all right? Like, go watch it, guys, if you haven't fucking watched it. It's very well made. This motherfucker made
First off, I would like to ask, how self-centered had you be to like make a con about you? About you. Imagine Imaru-con. Yeah. That's it. I mean, it's that. Her name is in it.
Because she didn't like VidCon. She
was against the idea of VidCon.
She was against VidCon, yeah.
And to be honest, VidCon is almost like
it's kind of crap.
VidCon's weird with its creators. I think it's becoming like the new speedrunners fucking convention where like they're taking the fun out of things and like you can't have giant like meetings anymore, which is retarded because like if a YouTuber big enough comes to fucking VidCon, you're supposed to expect a lot of the people to come follow, right? That's just how it works. If fucking PewDiePie shows up, there's gonna be a lot of people. I don't know what the fuck VidCon is expecting, but I get it. Some guys, they don't play by the fucking rules, they forget security parameters, and it fucks up the whole thing. I get it. There's like a yin-yang to it. We understand that. But now we've entered the new fucking era, and this is from one of the biggest social, the social experimenters. You guys know FouseyTube, who he is?
Boy.
Yeah, FouseyTube, how the fucking homeless people are like basically
the most woke boy.
For basically So for those of you who don't know who FouseyTube is, this guy has basically profited off making society look worse than it actually is, okay? That's kind of what the situation is.
Oh, you mean all the special snowflakes?
Yeah, so basically he created like fake social experiments, all right? This was proven by the commentary community. The guy fucking obviously he basically made society again look worse than it actually was. And for a time period he disappeared. He was gone, and I don't know, he was doing fine, okay? He's just gone from YouTube. He comes back with this fucking July 15th date. This is literally like days ago, less than a week ago right now. He had this date set up, July 15th, where he was saying we're gonna have a biggest fucking convention. He's gonna create the biggest event, really, right? Like one of the biggest YouTube event possible. He was handing out apparently to him handing out like tickets to come to this convention. He was going to get big public figures to come over here. We're talking like Drake was going to head over there. Fun fact, Drake later said, I didn't even fucking talk to the guy. So I don't know, right? Snoop Dogg was supposed to be there. Snoop Dogg was supposed to be there. Snoop Dogg was, probably smoking a fat blunt and wondering who the fuck's this guy, right?
Dude, I'm sure you were supposed to be there.
He said it was going to be the next like Coachella or something, like a big fucking event, all right? No proof that anybody was there. Apparently, at the last minute, there was a bomb threat called into this convention, and it never happened. And there is conspiracy, but like I said, this is not anywhere proven. I'm not saying this is how it happened. Trust me, not at all. But apparently, there's an idea that when shit finally fucked up, I think Fuzi or somebody on his team had to call in a weird threat or something to stop this event from happening. Basically, trolls fucked up the venue is the public story, right? And that's kind of what it is. A bomb threat had happened, right, at Fuzi's convention, and fucking.
Wait. Yeah. It was a bomb threat out of nowhere in a convention. That I'm assuming no one got a refund?
No, because apparently it was a free convention. He was selling people a free convention. Apparently.
Wait a second. Let me get my tinfoil hat for a second. Going to fury mode with this because
for me,
just selling free things, dude. Welcome to FuziCon.
Well, I was apparently he was saying that this event was going to sell out, and to me, I was like, I mean, how the fuck does one sell out a free event? In my opinion, I mean, I don't know how that works, but apparently he did, and people were going to show up. Bomb threat gets fucking called in, and now it's like a big fucking story. It's the reason why any YouTuber can't have a convention, because none of them can fucking manage this shit. Even with a team, they can't manage this shit. At all.
How is that even possible? It just like happened every time.
It's a giant meet and greet that they fuck up. And I think I come across... Yeah.
The Tanamangu one, I don't know how to pronounce the last name, whatever. It was shut down by police. Like, it didn't have a threat from anybody that, I guess, hated her. It's literally just shut down by the police.
You know, you compare this to something like, again, SGDQ or something, the speedrunner conventions. Those events, guys and gals, take like fucking 6 months, a year in advance of planning to make happen, right? And it's not just the idea of getting speedrunners, together and getting the fucking games. No. We're talking about booking events, booking even more higher-end venues, talking to hotels relatively close to make sure you can have a booking sheet of like people coming into that convention, getting fucking permits, getting even more permits on top of the fucking permits, getting every single thing set up. It's more than just a couple people on a team. It's like a whole fucking department that's centered around making an event come through.
Exactly. You need actual pre-organization for it, for everything. You gotta have security. You have to have the place set up. You have to buy the place available for all the people that's gonna come. You gotta have the hotels ready. You gotta have transportation ready. You gotta have a shit ton of things ready before it even considers to be having the event happening.
And these people fucking, they think that, I'll just set up a date and people will come, and they will, of course they will, if anybody said, August fucking 45th, August 4th, come to fucking this venue on this day. People would show up, anybody, if anybody was an influencer, they would say that and people would show up. It's the fucking 95% of the other job they fuck up at, and it makes everyone look bad. Like everyone that mainstream media picked this shit up and they look at us like we're fucking retarded. We can't host a convention. We can. Trust me, we can. We can host a meet and greet. It's to this fucking obnoxiously high level that they fuck up a meet and greet on. And again, I feel again, one of this things is just to generate more fucking drama or something to build up more relevancy towards Fuzi, because he's sort of like that one guy that, to me, in terms of
fell
all
off the face of the earth.
Yeah, I think that comes with a lot of other people. There used to be a point where we heard a lot about him fucking, feeding the homeless, like, give a homeless guy $100 and make 10 grand in the back, but. That was a reality. These people, they fell off. They didn't do anything. There was a time where he said he had fucking addiction. So yeah, it ties into everything that we're fucking talking about. But coming back and running these conventions and running them the way that they are. It's not the way to
come back.
No, it's not. Nope. It's not at all. And fucking things up this astronomically is worse. But what's even worse in this situation is because here's the thing with YouTubes, okay? Regardless of what anybody says, these are the newer celebrities, right? Because when kids grow up, kids are not going to know the celebrities that me and Amaru may know. They might know their favorite YouTuber. I'll be dead pressed to say that Ali A is more popular than some celebrities in fucking children's and the newer people's eyes. It just comes down to it, okay? That's nothing shameful about it, okay? Ali A did well. He's a popular celebrity. I will put him as a celebrity at this point, okay? We might meme about him. We might play his fucking intro as a joke, but he's done what he's done to be popular. Same thing with Markiplier or anybody else. It's the fucking lack of professionalism that some of these people display that makes every single person look bad. Everyone wants to be taken seriously on this platform, whether it be YouTube, Twitch, whatever. You've got these fucking numbskulls fucking up the situation for everyone else on the market. Drake, all right, big singer, whatever, right? It's not like Drake isn't the most popular man out there. I would argue to say that some people on YouTube are more popular than Drake, right? When it comes to a certain audience. When it comes to a certain audience, I will say some people are more popular than fucking Drake. That's a factoid right there. But in the mainstream, Drake's a popular guy. If he's gonna fucking say, yeah, this idiot never fucking contacted me whatsoever, you're gonna make all of us look bad when we're hosting a fucking anything, right? It could be whatever. Yep. TanaCon, HorrorCon, Fuck Me Con, I don't care what con you make. It's gonna be a shitty situation for everyone.
Did you fuck me?
I'd fuck me. I'd fuck me real hard. Oh man.
Yeah. Don't go to the con tomorrow.
Oh no, dude, no. That's kind of what happened.
Basically, what happens because they just nuke the entire thing.
Yeah,
they everyone look bad.
But this whole bomb threat, man, is the weirdest thing out of the icicle, and everyone's been fucking conspiracy theorizing the shit out of it. Now, of course, none of us obviously think that he did it, but I would say, in a fucking alternate dimension, in a tinfoil hat wearing world, it's got to be called by someone on the team, man. Jesus fucking Christ. There's no fucking way that conveniently right before this event goes live, the fucking FBI SWAT team goes in to disarm bombs. Like, fuck. I don't know, dude.
First off, how fucked up is it going to be for the YouTube community if it does come out that this was called in by his team to shut down the event? Oh my
god, we'll never. That's what I'm saying. It's gonna make us even look more fucking stupid. And
it's gonna make us look stupid. No company is gonna want to work with YouTubers, or they're at least going to be very hesitant to work with us.
But the one thing that I've also noticed about this too is that, like, yeah, he's got a July 15th event, right? And now on YouTube, the only thing I've ever seen on his entire page is all this stuff about the truth about July 15th. Like, motherfucker, this is just a way for you to goddamn create some hype towards the channel. Let's be fucking serious here.
Like, what even happened in July 15th? Was the event that was canceled? Was the schedule of the shooting?
I mean, it was canceled. It was just over. I mean, a bomb threat's called in. Nothing's going to happen. He just told everyone, I guess, sorry.
June 15th was when the con happened.
So he hyped the shit out of that and then just nothing.
And nothing because
he just let it fall flat on his face.
It's a police team being called in to say fuck you. You can't do it, right? I mean, when a bomb threat gets called in, I mean, you can't fucking do anything. You're fucked.
Oh yeah.
But like the thing about the situation is like Keem might not actually be wrong to something. I saw something mentioned off of Keem right real quickly where he was talking about this being a way for him to hype up a fucking music single or something.
Which, by the way, Keem was there. Keem was there creating a fucking everyone's creating documentaries now. It's fucking great.
Fuck, what happened to Keemstar, dude? He's so woke now, man. He's just ahead of everyone.
Keem is the real boy out of this whole situation. He's the woke boy. He's ascended, man.
And here's the thing. FouseyTube, during this event, like after the whole bomb threat thing, he actually starts standing up on his car and he starts calling out Keemstar. He straight up starts calling him out.
Oh, that's baiting it, dude.
That feels just like more proof that he just wanted the attention.
Yeah, he's baiting. He's baiting drama alert, dude. Come on.
Like, legitimately, he like stands up on his car. He's like, "Dude, I love you," and all this shit. And then immediately after that, without pause, he starts being like, "But you're such a fucking hater," and all this other shit. And it's just like, what?
No, I don't think.
He has to know that's going to prompt Keemstar to give a response, which is going to bring more attention to the fact that the con was canceled via bomb threat.
Yep.
So in turn, it's just going to flare up.
You're going to fabricate the story because they want to have more drama for it. What it's going to do is going to create more videos for both parties. It's going to create more clicks. It's going to give them more money.
Dude, there's a whole Illuminati faction. What the fuck?
Oh my god.
All right. Well, Imar is not wrong in that situation, but I think this is just a giant fucking weirdo situation to everyone over
Clusterfuck.
here involved. It's a giant
Yeah.
clusterfuck of a thing, and the only reason
I'm
that
the guy.
I have to...
I'm the guy with the thread just pointing pictures within pictures. That's it. That's all I'm
yeah,
doing.
it's like why nobody takes anybody serious. It's like the fucking almost Arab Andy situation. You guys remember that shit?
Yes.
Yeah, a fucking dude walks in, $5 bomb threat, and the dude's fucking getting his ass fucked on a daily for 30 years now. Like, you mean, motherfucker? Come on now, people. You're making us all look terrible with the situation.
Oh, you mean our boy Andy?
Yeah, boy Andy. Our boy Andy is serving time, dude. So anybody in the
I'm
audience,
gonna make it a Toy Story 4. I'm sorry, totally unrelated, but carry on.
Yeah, it's not that Andy. You know what happened to him, Jordan? Yeah. We gotta show you this after this whole fucking recording.
Oh yeah, it's sidetracked, but
we'll
carry
show
on.
you. But yeah, no, the whole FujiTube thing I wanted to mention because man, YouTube is a place where the most brilliant of things can happen. Okay, I think we're in a new era of lolcowery, and I think we have to cover that every 2 weeks. We've got, we've got one end, we've got the popular side with FujiTube fucking up giant conventions. On the other hand, we've got our fucking gaming side that's already too full of cringeworthy people already.
Muda, I think we've regressed because remember back when the cancer was prank channels and how they started to do more and more and more ridiculous pranks, and eventually it got to the point where they were doing illegal pranks and people were getting arrested. I think that's what we're seeing, just from people who are now starting to lose their fame.
I will say the best.
I think there's a way.
What?
I think it's a way for them to try to cling into fame again.
Exactly. That's what I'm thinking. It's people who have lost their fame
Cal,
now they're doing more and more ridiculous things to try and get back into the spotlight.
So want me to give you a tinfoil hat?
For me, fame is just a weird situation, guys. For me, fame is something that I think people shouldn't really chase. I think fame is one of those things that comes to people for the right reasons, and it's all without you ever knowing that you earned fame. Right? Like,
DSP.
DSP is a professional, man. DSP is I name dropped him in the beginning.
PSD.
I love me some DSP gaming, but yeah, definitely sub to my boy DSP Gaming out. He's a top tier content creator. But no, I think to close off this, because we're hitting that 40 to an hour mark, and sort of to start off with, I think fame is one of those things that you should definitely earn, but it should be one of those things that you get out of kind of nowhere, right? Like if you chase after fame, you're going to end up doing stupid shit like this, and it's going to look bad for everyone and you specifically. I think people get famous for the right people get famous for the right reasons, by putting in the effort, by making something proper, and by doing the right thing to get there, right? Anybody can get famous off doing stupid shit like masturbating in front of fucking 300 people playing a video game. That's a possibility, right? I mean, we've seen it happen.
Yes.
People can get famous for the stupidest fucking reasons, and the same thing over here. I think life and YouTube is better spent not trying to chase after fame. And look, for anybody that's lost their fame at one point, it's a gracious way to get out. This stuff doesn't last forever, but the way that you should make it last is last meaningfully, I think, rather than chase after the next big thing over and over. Do what you do, and don't fuck it up for everyone else and you instead. Just be a normal fucking human being is all I gotta say. Okay,
if you are losing your star, bow out gracefully.
I think that's the best fucking thing possible.
Bow out gracefully, leave on top. Nobody wants to look at some washed up has-been trying his hardest to cling on to what he once had.
Yeah, that's true. That is very true. Or I mean, you could just do what Papa Keem does and cover that hot spicy news. That always works. Sonichu is the way.
I nearly just choked. Kyle, stop. I was taking a drink and you just whispered sweet nothings and hilarity in my ear. Oh, why?
God. Yeah. I think the thing with fame is a shooting star. Just passes by quick sometimes. You may be good at something and keep it going for a long time and still be working. Just look at James Rolfe. The guy is still pumping videos 15 years later and they're still top quality. But then there are others that just disappear and they try to
Some
Fight
people
it back,
deserve it.
Irate
Some
Gamer.
people
They
deserve
try to
it. Some
fight
people
again.
fuck it up. Some people deserve it. Some people fuck it up. But you know what? Regardless, we're not here to fucking cast any of that stuff aside. I think it's time that we end it. And I think we had a pretty decent episode today, guys. We're going to be back once again 2 weeks later. I promise you. If we're not, then I guess what? I'm going to be doing Pain Olympics Mark II on video. That's not
Do
a
it.
confirmation. Not a
Holy
not
shit,
a
that's
confirmation.
old. Holy shit,
You know
that's
what,
old.
guys? I'm gonna make sure this doesn't happen just so he has to do that.
Fuck
Oh,
this,
no.
man. God damn it. All right, ladies and gentlemen. You guys have any closing messages you want to tell everyone?
Should we tell the commenters to like give a personal experiences of addiction?
Yeah,
Like-
go ahead.
No, because you're gonna type about stupid Muda hard shit the whole fucking time. I
Oh,
don't want
God.
to. No, you
Muda,
know,
why did you
that's-
say
better
that
than
now?
being Muda
Fuck.
hard.
Muda, now that
Fuck.
you said that, the entire comment section is going to be Muda. By the way, for anybody,
Comment down below your addiction to Muda hard and ship it with Kyle.
so
Oh,
for
man.
anybody who is still here,
Thank
a
you
little
once again.
uplifting note for those who are still around. Going back to the beginning of the video where adult things just getting into the way of adult things. Me and my wife are now expecting, so
Oh shit.
Woo!
We're telling
We-
Oh my!
Oh my.
so
Kyle's
everybody
currently
here,
4 months
as far as I
pregnant.
know, everybody here has a channel, right? Imaru has a channel, Jordan has a channel, I have a channel, obviously Muda has a
Yeah,
channel.
which I'll be uploading too soon.
Wait, Muda, you have a channel?
So
Anybody,
Oh, dude, the first time I'm hearing about it. Okay.
Dude, what's it
everybody,
called? Where are we uploading this to?
the names of the respective channels, I believe Imaru, yours is just Imaru Sets, right?
Imarosexual?
Imaru Sexual. All right.
Oh my.
That
I'm
nose
Extreme
of his
Elixir.
can be used in a lot of sexual
Jordan
carry on.
is Asagon.
Go
check them out.
Oh,
Go check everybody's out. Everybody has a lot of things coming up in life, and we love talking to you guys, whether it be on stream or not. We love talking to you guys. So
Let me know what you guys want next time, and hey, if you want to be on here, you could definitely
give
hit
us
me up an email. To hit me up an email or something. Anyways, that being said, I'm gonna end this over here before we sit here talking forever. Yeah, if you like what you saw, please like, comment, and subscribe. Dislike if you dislike it. My nipples are tingling. We're all out, guys. Let's go.